This is the plaintiff, Molly O'Neill. She says she rented an apartment from the defendant, and when she moved out, he kept a portion of her security deposit to pay for damages that already existed in the apartment when she moved in. That's right, the guy's trying to royally rip her off. She's here to fight for what's right and is suing the sorry excuse of a landlord for the $900 she's still owed. This is the defendant, Frank Pomerico. He says the plaintiff lived like a slob, left the apartment a dirty mess, and he had to send in a crew to clean it up and prep it for the next tenants. He was nice enough to return a portion of her security deposit, used the rest to cover the cleaning and the damages, and the plaintiff simply has no case. He's accused of taking off a tenant.
Thank you, Douglas. Molly O'Neill?
Yes.
You are suing Frank Pomerico?
Yes, ma'am.
Your former landlord for $900 of a security deposit that you want returned to you that you say he's inappropriately keeping. Tell me what happened.
Your Honor, I gave 60 days notice to move out of my apartment, and when I did move out, we cleaned it, we spackled any holes that were made from hanging curtains or anything else. There was an issue of the blinds being damaged by my dogs, which I had already prepaid for in a $200 non-refundable dog deposit when I moved in. And basically, we left the apartment in as good or better condition than we found it. My boyfriend, Michael, is here today, was there with me cleaning on the day that we moved out.
Did you take pictures at all? Or?
I took one.
It's always a really good idea to take a lot of pictures when
Yeah.
you're moving out so that this doesn't happen, but show me
Yes.
the picture you took. What's going on? Why are you keeping their security deposit?
Because it took an excessive amount of cleaning. It was not in broom swept condition. I had a tenant coming in the next week. It took more than the amount of hours that I charged her to clean the place. There was excessive filth.
Let me see the pictures.
Well, I have a receipt here from my contractor, from my cleaning contractor, and I have a picture of the blinds, which...
Right, but what you're keeping... You're saying that the place was filthy. I need to have proof. She says was not. You say was too. She says was not. You're going to show me a bill for it. She's going to show me a boyfriend who you live there too? And then how are we going to solve this? The easy way to solve this is for the landlord to have pictures of what she left that was... It's really easy. You just show me the pictures. I say, what about this? You know, which of course she did not zoom in on. That's all I need you to do. You didn't do that? You didn't take pictures?
No. I don't have a picture of the filth. I do have a receipt from my contractor.
Okay. You have a contractor who does your cleaning?
Yes.
You mean a handyman?
Yes. And here's that.
Did you ever see it yourself?
I was there.
So
I
did
do
you
the
ever,
painting.
what was
I
dirty?
participated. I supervised.
What was dirty?
What was dirty? The HVAC.
You know, because there's always an amount of cleaning that you have to do in order to turn it over to the new person. You know that.
It was well beyond normal wear and tear. Okay, in the oven, the sides, the bottom, each spoke of the rack had to be cleaned. In the HVAC closet, which contains the hot water heater and the air conditioning.
The $375 is entirely for cleaning?
No, it's only $150 for the cleaning. The
I
other
don't see the
amount was for the
$150
spackling.
anywhere. I see $175.
For the spackling in the bedroom. For the spackling, the sanding, and the painting in the bedroom, $50 for the blinds, and the rest was for the cleaning. There was an egg stain in the fridge that my handyman's wife spent well over half an hour that she had to scrape out and clean. There was a filmy substance in all of the cabinets, including in the bathroom.
Now, she says that the dog damaged the blinds and that you had a pet deposit of $200, which I guess was non-refundable.
Right, but how do I know the dogs did the damage to the blinds? And I also gave you pictures of the blinds.
How do you know they did it?
Right, but if you look at the blinds, though, you see the height of the blinds. When I took the blinds out, they were damaged at the top as well as the bottom. So unless the dogs could fly, the damage on the blinds was 6, 7, 8 feet in height.
How am I going to see everything you just said? Where do I see that? The pictures that
you
you're
see the
showing
height of the blinds.
I see. Okay, these blinds are perfect.
Right, that's of the current tenant.
Oh.
But you see the positioning of the blinds. So, and they were damaged top to bottom.
Why don't you just prove to me what the damage was by showing me the pictures of the damage?
Should have, could have, would have.
Yeah, I know. Do you have a phone?
I don't have a cell phone, no.
I don't mean on you today. Do you possess a cell phone?
No.
You really?
So I'm old school on that one.
No, I love that. I'm so jealous. I can't even begin to tell you. Does your handyman have a cell phone? Is your handyman living on our planet? All right. Because it's not that hard to take pictures anymore nowadays. It's just not that complicated. And if you're going to get into a contest with your tenant because you plan to keep money, you should certainly have pictures to prove the things that you're saying. Do you have any proof that you paid these amounts, like a canceled check or anything?
I don't have it on me now. If you want me to, I could prove it. Molly knows my handyman.
Come on up. According to him, there's 7 hours of spackle sand paint, bedroom and closet.
I didn't do that.
I'm
not his handyman.
We know. That's kind of what he's complaining about. He says that it was necessary.
The day before the move-out day, we went to a hardware store right on the corner, so the 30th of October, and purchased spackling, magic erasers to clean the walls, and spackling compound.
And did you use it?
Putty knife, yeah.
You have the receipt for it?
Yes,
and according to you, you used it.
I have a receipt for that, and spent maybe like an hour in the bedroom doing it. I don't think that painting is something that needs to be on there, though. There's also cleaning of windows on here as well, but I know that the windows had some kind of film on them. I think they were sprayed because it's a first floor.
How'd the blinds break?
The dogs were pawing at the window in the first week that I moved in, and they cracked the side where it sticks out from where the cord comes
You actually
through.
have a picture that you'd like to show me of your dog staring. Where did that come from?
That wasn't from the blinds. I wanted to show that the day that I moved in, there was a sticky residue on the window left from the previous tenant, and I never was able to remove that. I was charged for my security deposit for cleaning the windows, but they were already in really bad condition when I received them.
Oh, I thought you were trying to show me how the dog is the level of the blinds.
No. That was just the dog happened to be there, and I was going through my cell phone looking for any pictures.
Well, that would certainly explain how the dog would hit the blinds, though, because there's the arm of the sofas right next to it.
But the blinds were not damaged at the top, Your Honor. They were damaged at the very bottom on the side.
So do tenants generally respect landlord's property?
I think it just depends on who you've decided to rent.
If you have to say generally, one way or the other, would you say generally yes, generally no?
Generally, yes.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting. What do you think?
No.
They don't. Why?
No, I think that they take advantage because it's not a property they own.
What do you think? Do tenants respect landlord's property?
I don't think so. It depends if the tenant is taking care of us. But if he does, yes, I think the landlord, sorry, I meant.
Why does it always sound smarter in French? Going inside the courtroom.
Here's how it works. When you go to court, you're the plaintiff and you have the burden of proof. You have to prove that you gave a security deposit and that you asked for it and you didn't get it back. You've done that. When the defense is, you're not entitled to it because you did X, Y, Z, the burden of proof is on the person claiming the defense. Everybody has to prove their own defense. So it is done every day in my courtroom and all the courtrooms throughout the land where the landlord proves it. Yes, you have a receipt. It's a piece of paper with typing on it, okay? That's what this is. You don't have proof that you paid another business, which often, people will come in with a check to prove that they paid their handyman. Because you understand that this can be typed in a computer 5 seconds ago, right? You don't have pictures of what you're talking about, which
I have
would
pictures
prove
of the blinds, which
No, you don't. You have pictures of new blinds.
Of the new blinds, which
Right.
indicates
How
the height of the
about
blinds that the dogs.
Oh, you think I don't
doubt
know
that
where
they would
windows fall? You think I think windows fall down here? I've had pets. I see the sofa next to the thing. But who are you to decide that did or didn't happen a certain way? Well, I know it happened, that you're being honest about that. But it's really simple. If you want to collect all this money that you're keeping, then it's easy to do. You just take pictures of what it is you're complaining about. But it sounds to me that what is happening is that you're readying it for the next tenant, with dusting in between the louvers, and that's perfect. You got to do it, but that doesn't get passed off on. Have you always done this? Have you always made the last tenant pay for the new tenant? For the cleaning that you have to do when there's a switch of tenants? I don't see any evidence for you to be able to keep any of the security deposit. I'm going to order you to return it. $900 verdict for the plaintiff.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And so the plaintiff has won this judgment here against the landlord here. How could you come to court with no proof of anything that you're keeping?
I did have proof. I had my testimony. I had a receipt. I didn't know I needed a canceled check. Next time in the future, I would have a canceled check. I'll get an affidavit, written
Pictures of the
statements.
damage?
I'll get a video. I'll get a production team, and I'll
Okay.
get an act of Congress for support next time.
You are going to do great in court next time.
We'll see.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, so congratulations on winning your case. What was it like to have him as your landlord?
He was pretty intrusive most of the time, but I'm just glad that we were able to settle all this.
Any other problems? What do you mean by intrusive, by the way?
He showed up a lot unannounced, went in my apartment when I wasn't there without giving me prior notice, destroyed my garden, lots of little things.
All right.
So.
Take pictures before you move in of
Yes.
everything, and then take pictures before you move out. Harvey?
Okay, here's a tip. Both landlords and tenants should take photos and/or video when the tenant moves in and when the tenant moves out. It is just a smart, good thing to do. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.